Hello dear students, how are you all? Welcome to One Page Biology. In today's video, I will be covering the NEET questions which have appeared in the previous exams. So specifically in today's video, I will be talking about the first 3 MCQs which had appeared in the NEET exam, that was 2022. And in that, I'm going to explain you all the first 3 questions of the section A, that was botany. So let's start with the video, dear students. So hello dear students. So this, as you can see on the screen, this is section A of NEET 2022 paper, and this is basically the botany section. As you all know, section A is botany and section B is zoology. So from section A, today I'm going to discuss the first 3 questions which had appeared in your NEET 2022. Okay, dear students. So now let us start with the first question. Guys, as you can see on the screen, the first question says that which of the following is not observed during the apoplastic pathway? Please be very careful about the questions, dear students. They are asking us which is not observed during the apoplast pathway. Now, if you recollect, dear students, this question is straight away from the topic which is plant water transport, and this chapter is there in 11th standard NCERT. And as you all know that for NEET you have to prepare both 11th as well as 12th. So this question has come directly from 11th standard. Topic is plant water transport. And let's see, they're asking us that which is not observed during the apoplast pathway. So if you read the 4 options, the first option is apoplast is continuous and does not provide any barrier to water movement. Okay. The second option says that movement of water occurs through intercellular spaces and wall of the cells. The third option is the movement does not involve crossing of cell membrane. And the fourth option is the movement is aided by cytoplasmic streaming. Okay, so let's try and understand first of all, dear students, what is apoplast pathway. So as you can see on the screen, the image of root section. As you can see over here, this is a root hair cell. This is a root hair mainly, and this is the inside part of the root. And you all know that inside the root there are special cells which are known as cortex, right? So when the root hairs actually absorb the water, right, so how is the water actually traveling inside the root? So there are 2 major pathways as they are mentioned in the NCERT as well. So the 2 major pathways are the apoplast pathway as well as the symplast pathway. Dear students, here in this image you can see the red line which is indicating here the apoplast route, and the symplast pathway is indicated by the blue line. So if you notice in the apoplast pathway, we all know that the water actually travels from the cell surface. That is, it travels on the cell wall. It travels through the cell wall and it passes from the cell wall actually. That means it is passing through the intercellular spaces, dear students. Can you all notice over here that here the apoplast route is from the surface of the cell and not from inside the cell? Whereas from in the simplest pathway, the water actually travels from inside the cell, and as you can see this from inside the cell there are these spaces, and these spaces are known as plasmodesmata, dear students. So coming back to the question, as they have asked us that in apoplast pathway what is not observed, so the first option which says that it is continuous and does not provide any barrier to water movement, it is right, absolutely, because here if you notice in this image there is no barrier to the movement of water in apoplast. The water is continuously traveling from the intercellular space, right? But now in the second option, basically the which says that movement of water occurs through intercellular spaces and wall of the cells, that is also right, because okay, which says that the movement of water occurs through the intercellular spaces and wall of the cells, that is also right. As you can see, the water is traveling from the intercellular spaces. The third option which says that the movement does not involve crossing of cell membrane. So dear students, absolutely it is right, because here the water is not actually moving from the cell membrane, because it was the simplest route in which the water actually travels from one cell to another cell across the cell membrane. So this is definitely right. The third option says that it does not involve crossing of the cell membrane. The fourth option says that the movement is aided by cytoplasmic streaming. Dear students, as we all know that the cytoplasm is present inside the cell, and since apoplast pathway is not happening from inside the cell, so there is no question of cytoplasmic streaming. That's cytoplasmic streaming means the movement of cytoplasm, dear students. So here the cytoplasm is not at all helping in the movement of water, wherein in the question it is saying that the movement is aided by cytoplasmic streaming. So from this it is clear to us that the fourth option is incorrect. The fourth option, because the question says that which of the following is not observed during apoplast. So yes, apoplast is continuous and does provide, the first option is right, that is it does not provide any barrier to water movement. Second option is also right, which says that it occurs through intercellular spaces. Third option is also right, which says that it does not involve crossing of cell membrane. But fourth option, which says that it is aided by cytoplasmic streaming, so this is not the right option. This is an incorrect option, because cytoplasmic streaming occurs in case of simplast pathway. So students, let's start with the second question. The second question says that the device which can remove particulate matter present in the exhaust from a thermal power plant is: option 1 is catalytic converter, option 2 is STP, option 3 is incinerator, and option number 4 is electrostatic precipitator. Now, dear students, let me tell you, this question has been asked from the last chapter of your NCERT, that is environmental issues. And let's talk about the question itself, wherein they are asking that what has been used to remove the particulate matter in the exhaust from thermal power plant. Now, what is a thermal power plant? Thermal power plant is something which is actually a plant which helps in formation of electrical energy from the thermal energy. What is the thermal energy? It is nothing but heat energy. And how is heat energy obtained? Heat energy is obtained by burning the fossil fuels, for example the coal, right? So when the coal is burned, dear students, the gas which is formed, or you can say the fumes which are released, they help in the formation of heat energy, and that heat energy is actually converted into electrical energy with the help of certain turbines as well as generator. Now when the electrical energy is formed, at the same time there is lot of gas which is released outside, which is known as the exhaust, and that exhaust actually contains lot of particulate matter. So this exhaust cannot be directly passed out into the environment, as it can be extremely harmful, right? So the particulate matter has to be removed. So how is that particulate matter removed? So here in these options, dear students, they have mentioned the first option is catalytic converter. Now dear students, catalytic converter is not used in thermal power plants. It is generally used inside the vehicles to remove the harmful gases actually, right? So catalytic and converter cannot be the answer. STP basically stands for sewage treatment plant. So this is definitely not the case, because sewage is actually the waste which has been led into the waters of either the industrial waste or the domestic waste, right? The third option says that incinerator. Incinerator is also not the right answer, because incinerator is basically treatment of the waste by burning them, and whatever the waste is collected basically is ultimately it has been majorly treated by burning it. So that is the role of an incinerator, dear students. But the fourth option says that electrostatic precipitator. Now this option is right, because in case of thermal power plants, because in case of thermal power plants, dear students, you can see that they have these basically metal plates, and these metal plates actually contain the electricity, and they pass certain electrons. So from this side, as you can see, the exhaust has been passed, the gas is passed from this side into these plates, metallic plates, and these plates actually release the electrons, and these electrons will bind to these basically the particulate matter, and that will help in settling down the particulate matter, right? And then from this side you can see the clean air is going out. So these plates, the metallic plates, these are known as electrostatic precipitators, right dear students? So from this we can say that definitely option number 4, which says that electrostatic precipitator is the right answer of the question, correct? Okay, so now let's start with the third question. What is the third question? Let us see, dear students. The third question is, which one of the following never occurs during mitotic civil division? Now again, dear students, in this question, please remember that they're asking which one of the following never occurs, right? So you have to be careful about the question. So which of the following never occurs during mitotic cell division? So option number 1 is coiling and condensation of chromatids. Option number 2 is spindle fibers attached to kinetochores of chromosomes. Option 3 is movement of centrioles towards opposite poles. And option number 4 is pairing of homologous chromosomes. Now dear students, if you compare mitosis and meiosis over here, you can see on the screen that on the left side there is mitosis, on the right side there is meiosis. So what is the major difference between mitosis and meiosis? Dear students, the first basic difference is in mitosis there are 2 cells only formed, whereas in meiosis there are total 4 cells formed. Whereas as we all know that meiosis helps in the formation of the gametes, whereas mitosis mainly helps in the growth of the organism. So dear students, as you all know that meiosis is divided into 2 parts, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. And during meiosis 1 majorly there is something called as homologous chromosomes pair together, right? And that process is also known as synapsis, which occurs during called as zygote, right? So this homologous pairing does not occur in mitosis. In mitosis directly the chromosomes separate, and that's the reason why if you talk about now the question, the option number 1 which says that coiling and condensation of the chromatids occur, that is right, because in both the cases the condensation will occur of the chromatin which form chromatids. Second is spindle fibers attached to kinetochores of chromosomes. That is also true because spindle fibers help in the formation of spindle fibers help in the separation of chromosomes. Whereas movement of centrioles towards the opposite poles. So this is also true because centrioles basically move towards the opposite poles during mitosis as well as in meiosis. But in case of the fourth option, that is pairing of homologous chromosomes. Now dear students, as we said, homologous chromosomes are present only during meiosis and they are not present during the mitosis. So the incorrect option is the fourth option, that is nothing but pairing of homologous chromosomes. How was the video, dear students? I hope you understood the questions and the explanation of every question. So dear students, if you have understood the questions, please like, share and subscribe to One Page Biology. I will be coming up with more and more videos related to NEET MCQ questions. Till that time, take care.